powerful on this map. But Mira is, of course, Mira, and you kind of sometimes have to get rid of her. There it is, yeah. So Mira, which means Valkyrie is going to be available.
A lot of teams actually forego banning Mira on a map like Consulate because she doesn't actually see that huge of a pick rate, but she is playing that angle. Cameraman is just tucked into the corner, and unless Duds is able to walk away with this, then the defense have a great opportunity to be able to get a couple picks here. Duds low on HP, Drunk's very low on HP, and now Alimau removed by the C4 from Navi's. This is an excellent start for MIBR.
It adds to it. There goes Bullet. Ints falling apart, but Cameraman so going to get Drunks right after Duds manages to get the first kill for his team. So it's looking really good right now for MIBR, that's for sure. They also only have to hold out for 40 seconds. The drop is being held. The garage wall will not be opened up, obviously, since there's no thermite. Habana is dead. Drops and the stairs are going to be the main focus here for the attacking team. They're not going to be able to really do very much with so little time. You can see the vertical pressure coming out here from Igor, but I mean, I'm not sure he's going to actually be able to get anything done from this position. Duds is also attempting to do the same through the holes that were made by his teammate, but the same story here. There's no one peeking these holes. Now we're getting to the last 10 seconds, and INTZ doesn't really have an avenue into the site, so they're just going to do their best to drop down and come down spiral. Navi stops the spiral push, and there goes the other through the drop. So MIBR locked that round up nice and tight.
Almost a perfect round as well for MIBR. Exceedingly well played as they're very Duds looks to creep up as silently as he can. There's also a Dokkaebi in play, but if Mute's sitting on a jammer, you're not going to have to worry about too much. A deployable shield will confront Duds as he loses Drunks right in front of him. The Mute swings on out. Down goes the Dokkaebi, looking for another as Bullet. He's fishing and angling for a kill, but he comes up empty. That's going to leave INTZ down below to try and tear away at some of the benefit that the defenders have. Igor can't do it quick enough, and the Mute is able to scamper off as Duds looks to try and make something happen, but he's stuck right now at Vending Machine. Those 2 picks for MIBR are the great opening that the defense need in order to put another round under their belt.
So I like that INTZ tried to approach that from below with the buck, but it was too little too late as they had already lost 2 players to that soda hold. So good setup there from MIBR. It's a classic soda hold, nothing too special about it, but they execute it well. And INTZ did not get any punish out of it at all as the players in soda fell back after they had been bucked from below. Nade going into A, looks like they're just going to try and rush their way in through the Visa staircase. The A bomb site. I mean, there's not much of an option, I suppose. They can't take long deaths because the angle's being played from bathroom and such. There's a pick on the player in A, but there's one more. That might have actually been the player connector, but still, plenty of hold on the site. From top yellow, Duds will go down. Now it's just Vitz and Igor. Igor eliminated on long. It's just Vitz now who'll get 1 in the site. Needs to find 2 more over to his right. He downs 1. Cameraman finishing off the enemy, and there's a flank from Cameraman as well. As Igor dies to the smoke, Vitz will die to the shotgun. MIBR take another defensive round. But again, a classic soda.
This could be huge.
Doesn't seem like they do, as Navi starts to peek into Coffin, gets the kill into Igor. That's a good start. He's going to fall back, be a little bit more passive after that. Lion E1D will make these defenders stand still for a little bit, and that's going to allow for Alimau to get Cameraman. So 4-on-4 and site control, partial site control for INTZ, of course, but they're going to have to worry about those C4s from below that MIBR are sure to have primed and ready. Here comes the push downstairs. Actually, it's not even going to be an attempted plant. At least seems like they want to clear underneath before they go for the plant. Here it is. Drunk's going for it, but the C4s downstairs are denied by Duds. Very little time to work with, though. They need to go now, and they're cleaning up shop downstairs. They can plant downstairs even now, as the diffuser's made its way down. It's spotted at the server rack, but Alimau saves it in the nick of time. It's going to be a 0-0 and nearly a win for the defense, as he could have shot that planter, but Alimau shuts down Navi's as he peeks wide.
It's a rough spot to be in back take, and this is going to be extremely challenging for them.
The fact that Bullet was not punished for that rotation, caught by the air jab, but not by the player himself. Cameraman downed elsewhere, though. Navi's gets the C4 onto Duds. A reload here for IQ is caught, and Bullet will get that kill. Cameraman has been down, but he might actually be salvageable depending on his location. There's Igor gone on the yellow stairs, and it's all on Vitz, who dies on Banana. MIBR, a flawless round in really quick order.
You lose the hard breach, and what do you got to do? You just you have to MIBR has led in opening duels every single round right now, and they just marked things off with a flawless round, so it's been quite a while from INTZ has been able to do all that much. They nearly lose their buck playing by Soda, and obviously that is a major detriment. He has to back off just a tiny bit, maybe cut through some utility, as Navi's lurks down below and will be stopped for but a moment. The Nomad being taken out earlier on will allow Navi's to possibly get on back in. The cameraman falls on site, and it clearly appears to be a last-minute play. A possible diffuser being planted from INTZ being met with a C4 from below. And that's what Navi is going to do. He's just going to stare at the double windows, wait for the rest of INTZ to rotate, and there's only a tiny bit of time left. Down goes Cyber. Igor trades out a little bit more HP. Navi's with 1. He'll have to confront Alimao down below. Drunks falls, and with it, Diffuser is on the ground. 10 seconds left for INTZ to be able to pick that one up, but they're getting chewed through, leaving Alimao in a 1v3, but it doesn't matter because the final 3 kills all go into the hands of the Maestro and M-King. He's there to put his own stamp on the round, proving that an ACOG isn't the be-all and Hibana to try to chew through any of those reinforcements, because obviously they were kited. Can't really do much against that Electric Claw. There's no Maverick that's being played by INTZ, even though it's available. And a large part of that is Duds, and he's just been running Rampage all day. He's only got 5 kills, but they've mostly all been totally impactful. He finds 2, and the Maestro will engage with the Lion. Drops 1, looks for the second, but he doesn't hit the headshot onto Drunks. That's him firing back. Up the stairs comes Bullet, and well, there's 1 minute and 30 seconds left, with Navi's now here too. And MIBR very quickly turned what was a massive deficit into an advantage. They are now tied 2v2, but you don't have anybody on flank watch. Bullet plows through Drunks, and it's the IQ upstairs. Equalizing on the Navis as the pacing on this round has been all over the place, leaving Bullet and Vitz in a 1v1. A minute left to go for the IQ, and she'll pull out that scanner and likely go to work.
Slow going here, I'm sure, for Vitz. He's got a minute. Well, I mean, less than, but about that to work with, so he doesn't need to rush himself. Trying to find out where his enemy is, but this is really brazen, and it's going to be punished by Bullet. MIBR takes the round. Bullet, a really impactful one himself, and I really am not sure what that IQ is.
Actually, just go right in. This looks like it's going to be a rush strat, and there they go. But it's answered immediately. They're wasting no time. Igor gets 1 kill, but then immediately hides out inside of Tellers. Alimao is able there to answer Navi's with 1, but capitalized upon by INTZ as they find 3 frags, leaving Bullet and Cameraman to die. That round is over. The 20-second meta. Why do they call it that? Well, because they're all dead in 20 seconds. INTZ is gifted a free round off a very ballsy play from MIBR that doesn't really go anywhere.
The thought process there was like, oh yeah, we're going to rush when we get to the basement attack. We're just going to do it. And they knew that that was going to happen, but what they don't know is whether the nades will land. In this case, it does. Cyber does get Alimao, who's playing at the top of Yellow stairs, and that's going to give them control of Yellow as soon as they seize upon it. M-King cuts the rotation off of Vitz down. Actually, I think that was upstairs as well. And you can see the insert here into Yellow. Once they get control of this, they have control of CEO, and they can go for a plant.
It's the entry that you want, and I imagine what MIBR was expecting in that previous round when they just decided to bulldoze their way into the site and maybe get a pick or 2. It's going to force INTZ to have to rotate from the bottom stairs all the way up to the top, and that's Drunks, and he might find himself in a really rough spot. Pausing for but a second as his teammate Igor is there, and, well, the mute is caught. As dead as can be, the IQ will run up the stairs, leaving Duds in a position to just watch as another body hits the floor. This time it's Igor, and the IQ will see Duds through the holes that have been opened up by the defenders as the Jaeger plays around the downturned table inside a meeting hall. A couple shots from Yellow will give his position away. Diffuser goes down, and well, he's got tons of marks, but he's got some barricades and some reinforcements in the way that he's going to have to go through. A timer as well will be ticking and working against him. We've seen Jaegers do absolutely magical things, but there will be no hope or no illusion for Duds. He's buried inside of meeting, and that's it. 6 rounds for MIBR. They guarantee themselves
collapse underneath. Now, it's never easy to do, and with only 30 seconds, it'll be much more difficult.
This is really brutal timing for MIBR. Unless they've somehow managed to line up everything and then push all together, a frag grenade will start off the festivities as it finds itself in the lap of Alimao, and the Mozzie will pop on up, and down will go Navi's on the stairs. Immediately onto Cam, he will go and scamper back in towards the back of the site as he will lose the hatch above him. But you see how perilously low the timer is. M-King attempting a plant. Nobody seems to be watching it as INTZ and MIBR are just trading out left and right. The C4 will need to stop M-King in its tracks. It'll miss. It's him against 2 members of INTZ, and he'll head upstairs knowing that he's got the soft destruction, but there better be a drone to watch. He's still got one on the board. Has it been snatched by the Mozzie? We don't know. The pulse from INTZ will be absolutely crucial right now to determine the location, and given how the heartbeat sensor works, they'll see him all the way above. One member of INTZ might be dispatched to head up towards Spiral Stairs, but no, there's going to be one over towards Visa. Down goes Vitz. The cardiac sensor is gone. It's going to be Duds now in a 1v1. He starts to defuse. Spotted, unable to take the shots through the metal beams, and M King knows that this is all on him. One single shot. That'll end the round. That'll end the match. Duds is gone, and M King with a heroic attempt. And 2 huge clutches in this match. It's MIBR. Absolutely punishing INTZ 7-2 on Consulate.
Big win there for M King individually, and it really was him who managed to take that one. He is the star of that show for sure, because you're right, you said it in the shoutcasting, nobody was watching for his plan, which is really interesting, I have to say, because that should have been a much more monitored situation, but not the case. I mean, the explosive push from the other 4 players